Hello my dear students, welcome to biology first paper class. How are you everybody? I hope you all are well and safe by the grace of Allah. In this class we will be talking about algae. So today's topic is algae, and in this class we will discuss about the structure of algae, characteristics, reproduction and importance of algae. Now let's first understand what is algae. These plants belongs to the subphylum Thallophyta of the kingdom Protista in modern classification of organisms. So algae are chlorophyll bearing thallophytic eukaryotic plants mostly found in the aquatic condition. Here thallophytic means thalloid structure, that means body cannot be divided into root, stem and leaf, and eukaryotic means it has well organized nucleus. So algae has well organized nucleus and they are eukaryotic organism. And the word algae is derived from a Latin word called alga, and alga means seaweeds. Now let's see the characteristics of algae. First one, algae can be unicellular, multicellular, colonial and filamentous. Here unicellular means it is made up of one cell. Multicellular means it is made up of too many cells, and colonial means many algae living together forming a colony. It is called colonial structure. And filamentous, they look like thread or thin hair-like structure. Number 2, algae are autotrophic. They can make their own food because they have chlorophyll. Autotrophic means self-dependent plants. These plants can make their own food because they have chlorophyll. So they can manufacture their own food by the help of photosynthesis process. The cell wall of algae made up of cellulose and pectose. Number 4, algae occurs in variety of habitats like freshwater, hot water stream, sea, on moist soil, wood, on plants and animals. Then number 5, there is no vascular tissue, and you know that vascular tissue consists of two types of tissue, xylem tissue and phloem tissue. Xylem tissue helps to transport water materials from root to leaf, and phloem tissue helps to transport food materials from leaf to different parts of the plant's body. Algae has no vascular tissue because the whole body of algae can absorb water from the water bodies. They reproduces through vegetative, asexual and sexual method. Vegetative reproduction, here vegetative reproduction takes place by the vegetative part or body parts of the algae. Asexual reproduction takes place by the formation of spores, and sexual reproduction takes place by the formation of gamete. Number 7, Gametangia always single celled. If multicell, do not covered with sterile cell layer. Here gametangia means the reproductive organ. The body of the algae cannot be divided into root, stem and leaf. Zygote never formed embryo when it is in gametangia. And number 10, cells with photosynthetic chlorophyll and other pigment. All algae contains chlorophyll pigment, okay, and other pigments are present in the algal body. Now let's see the vegetative structure of algae. There is vast variation in the vegetative structures of algae. They may be simple unicellular to complex multicellular. Now I am going to explain the diverse vegetative structure of algae. First one is unicellular motile or non-motile algae. Chlamydomonas and chlorella is the example of motile and non-motile algae. Unicellular means the body consists of a single cell. The algae which can move from one place to another place with the help of flagella, they are called motile algae, and the algae which cannot move from one place to another place due to lack of flagella, they are called non-motile algae. Here Chlamydomonas is the example of motile algae and Chlorella is the example of non-motile algae. In this picture, this one is a unicellular motile algae because there is a two flagella. Flagella is present in this algae. Second one is multicellular colonial algae. Volvox, here Volvox is the example of multicellular colonial algae. In this case, definite number of self-dependent motile cells aggregate together to form a motile colony. Each cells of colony remains connected with each other by cytoplasmic fibers. Number 3. Filamentous algae. Cladophora is the example of filamentous algae. When a number of cells become attached end to end, the algal body takes the shape of filament, and this type of algae called filamentous algae. Filamentous algae may be branched or unbranched. Number 4 is a parenchymatous algae. Alga is the example of parenchymatous algae. When the cells of algal body divided in more than one plan and form a flat-like structure, and this flat leaf-like structure contains chlorophyll, so it is called parenchymatous algae. Number 5 is a siphonous algae, and Polysiphonia is the example of siphonous algae. In the figure, this algae consists of multinucleated tube-like cells having no septa in their body. Now let's see the reproduction process of algae. Reproduction in algae may vary from species to species. Generally, 3 types of reproduction are found in algae. Number 1, vegetative reproduction. Number 2, asexual reproduction, and number 3, sexual reproduction. Now let us discuss the vegetative reproduction. You know that when reproduction takes place by vegetative parts or body parts, by this process the thallus divides into small parts, and each part later on gives rise to a new plant. This process is known as fragmentation. In the figure, this one is a filamentous algae. The wall between old cell of the filament becomes softened, like there is cell wall. In this direction, the cell wall becomes softened and breaks into several pieces, and these several pieces again gives rise to new filaments by the germination process. Now asexual reproduction. Algae are gametophytic plants. In this process, small cells divided mitotically to form small sized motile or non-motile structure called spore. Each spore is liberated from mother cell and gives rise to a new plant. Asexual reproduction is generally much faster than the sexual reproduction. It generally takes place by the following method. First one is by zoospore. Zoospore are motile spore with 1, 2, 4 or numerous flagella produced within the sporangium. One or more than one zoospore may be produced within a zoosporangium. After liberation, the zoospore swim for some time and then come to rest and withdraw their flagella and develop into a new algae by germination process. Zoosporangium formation takes place in the Eulothrix, Odogonium, etc. by hypnospore. Hypnospore is another spore which is produced in the algae. In this process, under unfavorable condition, the protoplasm of the cell gets detached from the cell wall and deposit in the middle. These are thick-walled, non-motile spores. On germination from this spore, new plants come out in favorable condition. And this type of zoospore found in the Vauqueria algae. By aplanospore. In this case, the protoplasm of the cell gets detached from the cell wall to form one or more thin-walled, non-ciliated or non-motile aplanospore, and this type of aplanospore found in the Chlorella algae. By akinete. In some cases, the body cell is converted to a special type of spore by accumulating some food and surrounded by thick wall. This type of spore is suitable enough to the environmental condition, and this type of spore found in the Phytophthora algae. Now last one is by endospore. Development of a large number of endospore takes place inside the mother filament in most of the members of the class Myxophyceae. Endospore gives rise to a new plants under favorable condition. This one is the figure of endospore. Now sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction takes place by the fusion of two gametes. These gametes develop in gametangia. There are three types of sexual reproduction: isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous. Isogamous reproduction. In some algae, the gametes are similar in their external morphology and size. In this case, the plus and the minus strain gametes fuse together to form zygospore. Isogamete may be motile or non-motile. If flagella is present, this one is motile, and flagella is absent, this one is non-motile. Anisogamous. In some algae, the gametes are similar in their external morphology, but they differ in behavior and size. The large gamete is passive and it is known as macrogamete, and the smaller gamete is active, it is known as microgamete. This fusion of two gametes gives zygote, which later on undergoes reduction division to form two plants. The example of anisogamous is Chlamydomonas oogamous. In this type of sexual reproduction, fusion of small biflagellated or multiflagellated and active male gamete with large non-flowering, large flagellated and passive female gamete takes place and oospore is formed. Example of oospore is Odogonium and Chlamydomonas also. Now let us see the importance of algae. Carbon dioxide fixation on earth increase in oxygen level in atmosphere. It is well known that all living things, both plants and animals, respire. In this process, carbon dioxide is released. This is a poisonous gas. During photosynthesis, algae receive carbon dioxide from the environment and produces carbohydrate types of food and release oxygen as byproduct. As a result, the air gets free from carbon dioxide, and for the process of photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide is absorbed and oxygen is released. Thus, algae save the lives on the earth. Then next one, important source of food. Some are rich source of proteins. Algae are the primary producer of organic matters in aquatic environments. Carbohydrates, inorganic compounds, and vitamins are abundantly found in algae. Many algae have been used traditionally as food. In Japan and neighboring countries, Alba, Sargassum, Laminaria are used as food, salad, and soup. Preparation of ice cream. The algin is a jelly-like substance which is extracted from marine algae, and this algin used in preparation of ice cream. Preparation of medicine. Any antibiotic is extracted from green algae like chlorella. It has antagonist effect at germ-negative bacteria. Like Netella causes death of mosquito in pond, hence it is used in control of malaria. So there are many useful role in algae. Okay everybody, today up to this. Thank you everyone. Thanks all.